State of Decay 2 is an open-world survival game that lets you experience the struggle to survive in the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse. Players manage a small community of survivors, trying to build a new living space after the collapse of civilization. In the process, tasks such as collecting resources, building a base, and interacting with other survivors are undertaken. The game offers a dynamic open world, with different dangers and opportunities around every corner. In this world full of zombies, making strategic decisions and protecting your community is vital. In addition, the game supports both single-player and multiplayer modes, allowing you to share the survival experience with your friends. State of Decay 2 is a production that stands out with its deep gameplay mechanics and atmospheric world.
I'll never get used to it. That wasn't okay.
Los Angeles, where the sun shines but is full of deadly dangers, has been invaded by post-apocalyptic zombies. Dead Island 2 continues the series with its bloody action, humorous tone, and detailed open world. It is necessary to fight to survive in the midst of the infection by choosing from 6 characters with different abilities. The melee-focused combat system draws attention with its advanced physics engine that makes you feel every blow. The luxurious mansions to be explored, abandoned beaches and streets thrown into chaos successfully reflect the post-apocalyptic atmosphere. It is possible to modify weapons and increase the chance of survival by collecting materials from the environment. The types and behaviors of zombies add a new dimension to the conflicts at every moment. With its fun fighting mechanics and exploration-focused open-world structure, surviving in this zombie invasion is both bloody and fun. In a post-apocalyptic world where lawlessness and brutality reign, survival requires not only strength, but also speed, tactics, and endurance. Mad Max takes players to vast wastelands, offering an open-world experience centered on vehicular combat and the struggle for survival. By developing a vehicle called the Magnum Opus, you can dominate tough gangs, explore areas full of deadly traps, and confront savage bandits. Since resources are extremely scarce, finding fuel, scrap, and ammunition is vital. You can fight hand-to-hand with a powerful combat system or gain an advantage over enemies with weapons. Vehicular combat is the scene of explosive high-speed clashes, while customization options allow you to completely customize your vehicle to your own style. Storms, enemy raids, and deadly traps make survival in this world difficult at all times. By adapting to the brutal rules of the wastelands, it is entirely up to you to forge your own path and take revenge. Surviving in a world reduced to ashes by nuclear war has always been challenging, but things are even more complicated in the Mojave Desert. Fallout New Vegas is one of the productions that best reflects the post-apocalyptic atmosphere with its deep story and impressive open world. Your journey as a courier drags you into the middle of hostile groups, mysterious conspiracies, and dangerous mutants. The decisions you make change your alliances and the balance in the world, while the open-ended mission structure takes freedom to the highest level. It is possible to fully customize the character with a variety of weapons, skill trees, and different play styles. Hardcore mode, on the other hand, makes survival elements realistic, from water needs to ammunition weight. It offers a world that contains surprises at every corner, with ruins to be explored, forgotten towns, and a society shaped by the shadow of war. It has been 20 years since the zombie apocalypse, and humanity is trying to survive with its last remnants. Dying Light 2 combines exploration, combat, and survival elements with its large and dynamic open world, while parkour mechanics allow you to move freely among the ruins of the city. The melee-focused combat system makes every conflict tactical. While it is possible to gather supplies and form alliances with different groups during the day, it is necessary to combat the increasing threat of infected creatures at night. The decisions made affect the course of the story by changing the balance of power in the city. Gaining an advantage by adapting to the environment, escaping from enemies, or fighting them depends entirely on the gameplay style. It offers an experience that makes you feel how difficult it is to survive in a post-apocalyptic world with advanced parkour and combat mechanics.
You're mine! Dodge this!
In a world destroyed by nuclear war, the struggle for survival moves from the dark tunnels of the Moscow metro to the vast wastelands. Metro Exodus sets itself apart from previous games in the series with an open-world experience that offers the opportunity to explore post-apocalyptic Russia, travel to different regions with a steam locomotive called the Aurora, and begin your quest for a new future. Every corner of the map is full of dangers. Mutant creatures, hostile groups, and brutal weather conditions make survival difficult. Exploration, resource management, and weapon customization mechanics directly affect players' chances of survival. The dynamic day-night cycle and changing seasons make the world's atmosphere even more realistic. The decisions made throughout the story are important enough to change the course of the game. In this world full of abandoned cities, barren lands, and dangerous shelters, a new threat is at the door at any moment. The struggle for survival begins in a post-apocalyptic open world where civilization has collapsed and infected creatures rule the world. Days Gone tells the story of Deacon John, a lone traveler and bounty hunter, surviving amidst harsh natural conditions and ruthless enemies. Dynamic weather conditions and a day-night cycle make the game's atmosphere more realistic, while infected herds become much more aggressive at night. The open world is full of abandoned camps, hidden shelters, and different groups trying to survive, waiting to be discovered. Deacon's motorcycle is one of the most important vehicles in the game, and elements such as fuel and repairs must be constantly monitored. Different gameplay styles can be adopted thanks to various weapons and handmade equipment. In this world full of both human and infected threats, it is necessary to be alert at all times to survive.
Come on! Come on!
In a post-apocalyptic world, nature has taken over, but there is no trace of peace. You need to develop your skills to survive among evolved mutants. Biomutant combines exploration, combat, and character customization with its open-world structure. You can change your genetic structure and shape your combat style with different mutations. Both melee weapons and firearms can be used in the fighting system, which brings different tactical approaches to the action. Abandoned cities, secret laboratories, and areas full of dangerous creatures are waiting to be discovered on the map. Thanks to the decision mechanism, you can direct the world and the story with your own choices. With the dynamic structure of the environment and the changing ecosystem, the struggle for survival in a post-apocalyptic world takes on a completely different dimension. One of the most realistic simulations of survival after a zombie invasion, Project Zomboid offers a challenging challenge in its open world. It is necessary to explore abandoned towns to find food, water, and a safe shelter. While zombies pose a threat at every corner, hunger, thirst, disease, and even psychological factors are among the elements that must be constantly controlled. With the materials obtained, you can build barricades, make weapons, and create long-term survival plans. Dynamic weather conditions and the changing world order with the progress of time add depth to the game. While zombies become increasingly aggressive, strategic action increases the chance of survival. Thanks to the free gameplay style, each new beginning creates a different story. Death Stranding is a game set in the near future and set in a post-apocalyptic world. You set out to reconnect human communities that have become isolated with the collapse of civilization. Dangerous natural conditions, invisible beings, and hostile groups require strategic thinking at every step. While the cargo transportation mechanics deepen the interaction with the environment, the construction of roads and bridges offers the opportunity to shape the world. Thanks to the social connection system, you can use the structures left by other players and follow their traces. Its large and atmospheric map successfully reflects the feeling of loneliness. Shaped by Hideo Kojima's unique narrative style, the game offers a different perspective on what it means to carry hope in a post-apocalyptic world. DayZ is an open-world survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world. You must survive on a vast map called Chernaris, avoiding infected humans and other survivors. Initially equipped with only the basics, you must explore abandoned towns and forests in search of food, water, weapons, and medical supplies. Managing survival elements such as hunger, thirst, and disease requires strategic thinking. When you encounter other survivors, you can choose to cooperate or fight. Each interaction can lead to different outcomes. Dynamic weather conditions and a day-night cycle add further depth to the atmosphere. Every death is permanent, so every step you take matters. DayZ stands out with its realistic survival mechanics and the unpredictability of human interactions.